Southern Pine Outdoors here with you today. Thanks for tuning in. Got a little bit of a different face for you here. That's right, Brian's behind the camera. He's filming me. I gave him an idea for his channel. I wanted to kind of talk about this deer feeder we got here and just kind of give you an update of how it's held up through the years, what its drawbacks are, what its positives are, and are we gonna keep using it? So let's get into it. So this is a Wildgame Innovations 200-pound box feeder. I've had this feeder starting hunting season this year. This will be my 7th year that I've used it. And this feeder has stayed out in the weather ever since I got it. Now it's been in a couple different locations. Some of them have been in the woods, and then the last one, it's been out here for about the past 2 or 3 years. Okay, absolutely love this feeder. I paid about 120 bucks for it from Academy. I don't think they sell them in Academy anymore. I think you can get them on Amazon for somewhere around $200 now. All right, but this has been a phenomenal feeder. It was pretty easy to put together. You got to kind of watch these little screws here when you put them together. If you put too much torque on them, they'll kind of strip out, just like anything else when you're dealing with metal. What I like about it is this guard here on it. You know, it's got 4 clips. I've already undone them, but you just undo it like that. And then this little box drops down in here to get to your battery, to get to your controller, where you can change, you know, your feed times and your clock and all that kind of stuff. So it's not one of your automatic feeders. You know, it's not high tech, but one of the things I like about this feeder is, you know, this is going on its 7th year. If I can get this clip back here, I'll just keep talking until I do. This is going on its 7th year that I've had this. It's been out in the weather, it's been out in the cold, and I've not replaced one single thing on it. Nothing. The motors work good, the little feed wheels work good. The batteries are a little bit aggravating for them. They take the little 6-volt batteries that you can get at Academy or Cabela's. When I first started, the batteries would last about 3 weeks. And this is for a feeder that's going off twice a day for about 5 seconds on high. And what really helped that was this solar panel here. I know it doesn't look like much and it didn't take much, but this solar panel upped the life on my batteries from 3 weeks to about 8 weeks. And I'll typically start this feeder in August and run it at least through the middle or the end of January. This year I'm actually going to probably start it up earlier than August. So you're talking about August, you know, 4 or 5 month run time on these things, you know, going from 3 weeks per battery to 8 weeks per battery. That's a big deal. Okay, now I had this feeder set up twice a day for 5 seconds. 200 pounds would last about 6 weeks in this feeder. So that's what I like about it, is I only got to come out here every 5 or 6 weeks and add corn to it. Typically what I do is I would go ahead and swap the battery out whenever I added corn to it as well. Can't say enough good things about this feeder. I've not had one issue with it. You know, I don't have a camera set up on this feeder now, but I've learned that having a feeder with a guard is a definite necessity. You know, I've seen places where, you know, I've seen raccoons climb all the way up this pole here and trying to get into it. I've seen raccoons hung from the bottom of this thing suspended. You know how they are. They're going to get into anything and everything. They can't get to it. It's definite to have a cage around it. The only other thing that you need to do is this lid is kind of, I don't want to say it's the easiest lid to get off. It's not the hardest, but it's not the easiest. Typically what you got to do is, you know, move these legs around to get the box on the feeder square enough so it fits on this latch, and then there's one of these screws on the back that the lid actually slides over. If you don't have these legs leveled up perfect, that can be an issue for you. So just kind of keep that in mind. Really, the only cons on the feeder, I have to say, would be the batteries that they use. That's not the feeder's fault. Maybe I need to upgrade. You know, I've even thought about having a car battery out here and just running it all year round, but I haven't got into all that yet. That's really the only con about a feeder like this is, you know, you're constantly having to worry about the battery going dead. And, you know, that's not the feeder's fault. That's just the people that make the battery's fault. So, you know, not going to fault the feeder for that. The price is pretty good. You know, even for $200, you know, I see spare parts for feeders in Academy and Cabela's everywhere. And I've wondered, because I've had such good luck with this feeder, do people really go through spare parts that much? And they must, because they're on the shelves. I haven't, again, I'm not trying, I don't work for Wildgame. I'm not getting paid for Wildgame, but I've not replaced one single thing on this feeder besides the battery. You know, the box hasn't leaked. I haven't had any corn get moldy or mildewy in here. I haven't had a clog down here on the bottom. There's kind of a funnel going down to where the wheel is. I've never had to get in here and get a stick in it to unclog it. I don't know. You know, this is not one of the cheapest feeders out there. I remember that when I bought it 7 years ago, you know, $110, $120. It's not one of the cheapest feeders out there, but I've literally not touched this feeder. And, you know, I'm sure other feeders are like that, and then I'm sure there are some that you have to work with and deal with and replace parts on. And, you know, this is easy too because it's about at the right height. I can back a truck right up to this, stand on the tailgate, dump 200 pounds of corn in, done. So check this feeder out. They're kind of a little bit harder to find now. They're not in most stores. You can still find them on Amazon. Feel free to leave your comments if y'all can find this feeder anywhere else. Again, the one upgrade I would say you definitely need to do is put the solar panel on there. I believe when I bought it, I've had that on there for probably 5 years now. First couple years I didn't do it and got tired of changing batteries. I think the solar collector might be 20 or 30 bucks. And then I just, you know, it kind of attaches over here on the side. I just screwed a couple screws in here and then silicone the holes up so any water wouldn't get in there. Let me know what kind of feeders y'all have out there. We would like to know what y'all have. I've been thinking about getting another one. Again, I want to go with one of these, but at the same time, I kind of want to try something else and see how it works. But I don't want to change from it either. You know, 7 years is pretty good life. Hopefully we'll do another video for you in another 7 years and show you that it's still sitting out here doing its thing. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned in for more videos. Southern Pine Outdoors. We appreciate you watching us.